Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of Ore. Today I've got to make some changes and additions to how we're processing because somehow I've ran into blasted rock. So I've continued this on down. I got through what I was hoping was going to be a huge lithium vein, but it was pretty much just a node right here. You can see we've passed on through it and we're just back into regular old pay dirt. I went a little ways in here and I didn't hit any more lithium, but what I ran into was this stuff. Get my flashlight on here, and I thought at first it might be coal, but wasn't quite the right color. So I dug down and I set up a little processing lab here. This is how I prospect, because at the time I didn't have what I'm going to show you here in a second. So dump it in the hopper, goes in the storage, and it's blasted rock. Now it keeps going down. I checked and it goes down, down, down. So I guess blasted rock can appear in the wild. Like I didn't do any blasting down below. So what we need to do now is I need to add on to my processing setup so we can actually process that blasted rock. Then also I got up to level 27, I think. So we unlocked the drill here, which is kind of cool. So I'll show that real quick. And I went ahead and bought this wheeled excavator just to run around and do this kind of stuff. What's cool about this drill, let's swing it over here, it tells you exactly what's underneath. See, we got pay dirt, and I've got my keys set up here. And you can drill down into the ground. Of course, if you're out on the ground, you have a dark patch. You can drill through that little bit of dirt, and it'll tell you what's underneath. This looks like it's all pay dirt all the way down. So that's kind of neat. It's a little bit slow. We'll wait for it to fully retract. The other thing I noticed as well with this wheeled excavator, the steering doesn't auto-center for some reason. So I'll just be aware of that. Whee! So it's my little buggy. I went ahead and got a bucket and some other attachments for it too, but for right now it's just doing drill duty. So I'll just park that right there. And while we're up here, I'm going to smooth this out a little bit. And then we're going to add on to the processing plant. If you're not familiar with the processing rock, then I'll show you how that works. Smooth some of this stuff out real quick. It's another bright, beautiful day here in Out of Ore land. Built this ramp here too so I can get down in the future. After that little bit of a mishap in the last video. Well, that does fill up the holes. I was wondering if it would. Smooth out the hole. Okay, I'll get this back out of the way. Now I can get the fuel truck down there, I think, no problem. So anywho, if we're going to start sending blasted rock through, we're going to want to process that. So let's see if we can get that set up. And we're probably going to end up with... Yeah, we're going to redo this because it's not going to fall in there anymore. We want it to actually come through and get processed. So I haven't come up with a plan yet for this. We're just going to kind of figure it out live here on the video. Don't need this anymore, so we're going to get rid of all this. So our first sorter here, all the dirt and pay dirt is going to go underneath. So anything that's not dirt or pay dirt is going to come out through here. So we're going to need a jaw crusher and a fractioner. And then I don't think we'll end up with dirt because there shouldn't be any dirt coming from the blasted rock as far as I know. So I think what I want to do is go up, and then because the crusher is quite tall. Let's actually go and sell this stuff. I do have some conveyor ups, so that will work. And then at some point I thought I fractured in a crusher, but it's like we need to go buy those. So let's go get the jaw crusher. If you check the info, push out crushed rock, put in the blasted rock, get out crushed rock. One of those, and then the fractioner takes in crushed rock and then it gets everything else out of it. So we'll have some gravel and then the goodies. Any goodies that might come out of that. Add one of those. So is that going to be tall enough? This is pretty tall. Yeah, that'll actually work out. And then let's see, is it? Blocks don't snap to that, unfortunately. One game. I just want this to look like it's not floating in midair. There we go. Absolutely doesn't matter, but we'll make it for looks. Okay, so everything's coming to come out of there. We need to sort that out. So that means we throw our fractioner on here. Actually, before I do that, it's going to lower this ground just a little bit. Oh. Then what I'm worried is I'm going to run into this. We're going to have room to go up. Actually, everything we want coming out of here is going to sell. So really, we just need to go to the right. Good. So we need a conveyor right. Oh, no we don't. Why was I thinking to the right? I was used to thinking of building it backwards from the other setup we did. The problem is, how do we get into here? We don't have short versions of anything. So that may not actually be ideal. What if I did, like I said, I didn't have a plan that worked. We're just figuring this out in real time. Along with you. What if we like came up and then started angling back around? That drop into there. I used a... Now we need the right hand. Ah, there we go. Then it'll just drop in that hopper. And it'll head on out. So I think that'll work. Let's go ahead and get this set up so it blocks this. I think what we'll do is get some wood cribbing up here. It's going to clip in a little bit, but just pretend like it's not. And get rid of that hopper. Something like that. Perhaps. I think that'll work. Let's just walk through this real quick and we'll get some supports under this fractioner. So maybe we'll get something a little more realistic in the future. But basically, anything that's not dirt or pay dirt is going to come through here. It's going to go through the crusher, which shouldn't really happen. But right now, it doesn't matter. Everything will just flow through. It either flows in and gets processed and flows out, or it just flows through. So everything will go through the crusher. That'll get the blasted rock turned into crushed rock. Then the crushed rock gets processed in here. Everything else just flows through. Ends up going into the hopper and then out to the sell point. So I think that will work. We can run some material through it just to make sure. Where did you come from? So what it looked like was the blasted rock was actually kind of deep down here. So there are lights on. We've got a little bit of surface stuff here before we get down into the blasted rock. This game physics. Good stuff. Zoom out a little bit here. So my thought was to angle down. Get down into that blasted rock. Can't seem to scoop for some reason. Guess it doesn't like doing it at this angle. I should have went with the excavator. I'm terrible with the excavator, though. Already proven that on video. I think we're getting down. Yeah, I think I see some blasted rock down there. Let's go make sure this is running through as expected. Yeah, I can see the crusher moving. I don't think the fractioner does anything as far as animations go. And then, yeah, I see stuff falling out of there. Excellent. So it's just passing through the stuff that doesn't need to get processed. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, now we dig. That's all there is to it. I can go ahead and sell this stuff out of here. So it'll be clean next time we need to prospect. Still learning a little bit of, you know, what color stuff is what. I just did the wrong thing, didn't I? This is so confusing. Because, like, I didn't push E to open the container, but since I'm pointed at it, if I go to store, sell. Okay, I didn't do it that time. Never mind. I just suck at this game. That's all. Not sure how I ended up back in the container. But maybe I didn't close it like I thought I did. It's been a long day at work. My brain's kind of fried. Pretty sure we're getting into this blasted rock. Hard to tell the colors, though. The little nodules. So, yeah, I don't know how the blasted rock, like, fits into the geology. This is supposed to be like a shale-like material, maybe? Or maybe it's not supposed to make sense because it's just a game. I was quite surprised to find blasted rock. I thought the only way you got that was blasting the stone. But I guess on the quarry map, it does have some blasted rock, doesn't it? So I'll kind of think of it as like a shale deposit, maybe. Actually a fair bit of lithium and stuff down in here too. Maybe we have a lithium deposit before we get to the blasted rock. Yeah, we got a big old lithium deposit right here. Okay. Let me show you. So, get over here. What I did was I dug down a little bit right in here, prospecting. And it was blasted rock all through here. So I thought I'd come in at an angle and then get over there to where it's deeper into the blasted rock. And lo and behold, right underneath the dirt is another giant lithium deposit with magnetite and all the other good stuff. So we are rolling in the money. Speaking of money, I spent about $2 million just buying XP with J-type. So that got me halfway through level up to level 28. In case you're wondering about the leveling, I did spend some money. And then I bought that excavator and the drill, and yeah, we've got plenty of money. Money's not an issue right now. So I thought it was money well spent. I went from level 20. I think I bought about a level or level and a half with the 2 million in jade type, something like that. Man, how deep is this deposit? I was just looking to get some blasted rock, but we got all kinds of money right here. For the big old fat lithium deposit. Might have to back off even more, and there might be some underneath me. You're like right where I'm sitting right now. The underground miner would be super handy about now. But we got another 12 levels to go before we get to that. Only 9 more levels till we can get the big dumper trucks. Looking forward to using those. Just for something different. Now, in this version of the game, there is a problem with using the large wheel loaders. I don't remember if I mentioned that on the video. The large wheel loaders will dig big chunks. The big chunks sell for like the same as the little chunks. So you're losing a lot of money if you fill up one of the big dumpers with the big wheel loader, with the big chunks, because you can't get nearly as many in. So you're better off using like a 501 or a 510 wheel loader to fill up the large dumpers with these small modules like we got here. Until they get that fixed anyway. So, word of the wise. Unless you just want to move a bunch of material. Dump it somewhere, the large wheel loaders are not worth it. Or if you just don't care about money or XP, feel free to use them. Yeah, we got all kinds of lithium down in here. Very nice. What I'm wondering is, this cleaned up. And I'm gonna get this back. Maybe I should just come down a level and then go straight. Be about right height for digging. Then we can always go lower if we need to. Yep. Let me in. So I think for now, let's go across here level. That was a pretty bad bite. I'm gonna get stuck here a lot because the enter-exit angle on the back end of this thing is not very good. I think get that all emptied out. Come on. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to redo this just a little bit. Break on. I'm inside the block. Beautiful. I forgot about that bug. Oh, am I just stuck now? Yeah, I'm inside the block. I think I'm going to have to rescue. Actually, I can do this. Now that we have these, I can just go... here, let's go up to this one. There we go. So another thing I bought, since I've got tons of money, we got to, I think it's 27, unlocked the trailer. So I went ahead and bought a truck and a trailer. And at some point we'll be doing some hauling with that just to check it out. These haul 20 tons, so it's the same as the dumper, the bigger dumper we already have. Except I got the trailer too, so it's like twice as much. So we'll try that at some point. Let's get that filled in. Somebody could break a leg. What I wanted to do was come back another level here, so let's get these out. I'm not a fan of this destruction stuff. Then we need some conveyor ups. Yeah. Conveyor straights. Then we're going to waste some material. I know, we're wasting material. A little bit of blasted rock right there, actually. Alright, now we got a little more room to work with. That. Build those out. Back to digging. Now we got a little more room to back up. It doesn't need to be this narrow, but it's about 2 bucket widths. Kind of works out. Because the width of the original lithium node I found in here. So. We can always expand. Push on through to the other side. Oh, we're getting hung up. The collision boundary is bigger than the visual model, so I find myself getting stuck a lot because I don't think I'm pushing against the wall, but I actually am. Oh, there we go. Now we got a bunch of blasted rock in there. And now we're actually getting into the blasted rock part. Seems to be hard to dig for some reason, but it's just the bucket being weird. Just bounce off of it. Yeah, it's like it won't dig for some reason. There it goes. Some of this other side here, Doug. Sometimes the bucket will just plow through it, and other times it just doesn't want to go. Yeah, getting into the blasted rock over on this side, too. So I don't know, I might just keep going down from this level here. Work our way down, we'll see how big the deposit is. And I don't know as far as return on material how well the blasted rock does. And it's hard to tell right now because we're digging so much other stuff with it. At some point, when I get to just the blasted rock, I could do a little test. Have to wait till everything goes through and then see what we get from a bucket full going through the system. I know that lithium is good money. Get over a little bit, so there we go. Didn't end up inside the wall that time. Make sure that's all down. And we'll just keep on coming across. There we go. Rinse and repeat. Still getting a fair bit of lithium, it looks like. I think the blasted rock nodules are just a little bit darker than the lithium. Unless that's the magnetite or something. Very profitable though. Did some big blasts here getting this channel. And yeah, those blasts can really pay off. Come on. Give me a scoopful. $29. Look at this. Look at us go. I'm trying to get screenshots of every time I get promoted. Yeah, I think that blasted rock is deeper. I think we're just skim the top of it here. I don't know if it's worth digging down into that or not. Maybe we should just keep chasing the lithium nodes. Just can't dig anymore. Back up and dump. My light's on, right? I'm scraping on the wall. To escape from the wall. It looks like we're pushing into blasted rock here. I wonder what's underneath, so I might actually go grab the drill. Half there. See if I can get backed out of here. My big old butt started. And then I left a gap here so I could get into this part. Let's park that here. And we'll get this cleaned up a little bit. And I think I'm going to actually remove these. And let's go grab the drill. And I'll try to see what's down. Good drill. There you are. Sorry, wife was texting me on my phone. Just making sure it wasn't an emergency. It's not. Caramel apples are on sale. She's excited. She's so darn cute. Been married 20 years. She's still cute. This is kind of weird to drive without the steering centering itself. So bear with me. Okay, we'll just pull up here, hit the parking brake. I don't have any lights on this yet, so it's kind of dark. It looks like the floor is all stone, but of course, it could be just settled as well. Alright, so that says solid rock. Say, what? Oh, did we hit bedrock? Oh, maybe we were just scraping along. No, there's dirt. There's a little bit of dirt underneath there. Okay, well, I have a theory now that maybe this was bedrock. Even though I didn't do any blasting directly down here. Like, the closest blasting I would have done would have been like above the top of that drill there. And maybe that has enough of a blast radius that actually did fracture some of this rock down here. I didn't think about that because it was so high. That's not the right button. I was trying to hop out. Yeah, because the blasting I did, you can kind of see like this sphere here would have been the lowest blast. That's below the sphere of influence, but I don't know, maybe you guys know. Yeah, it's saying that's solid rock. Okay. So maybe I just got a little bit of blasted rock from the blasting I did, even though it was outside of like the sphere of where it removes material. That's probably what's going on. Let's drive up a little bit more. It's a little hard to see here because I got the walls in the way. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to lower that down. Make sure I get the right key combination here. So it's saying blasted rock, and then it goes into solid. Okay, so I think that's what happened. I thought this was a layer of blasted rock, but apparently the explosive just has a radius bigger than where it removes. And it created some blasted rock. If that theory's not correct, let me know what you think down in the comments. I think that's what's going on. Didn't know that was the thing. And now I'm stuck. Beautiful. Oh, no. It drifted up on there, so I think we're good now. This thing is hard to drive, though. You raised up. Something like that, and I'll try to drive this thing out of here. So we don't need to drill down, or we probably don't need to go down any further. We're just going to hit rock. But we went through and we got a bunch more lithium out of this vein, so I'm going to continue kind of prospecting around this area. And I'll see what I can find. Actually, while we're here, let's just end the video. We'll drill the what I think is coal here. We'll see how deep these are. Drill right next to the fuel truck. That's nice and safe. This thing's a little convoluted to use. Especially when you're as terrible at excavator controls as I am. Okay, it says coal. That's expected. How deep do you go? That's saying coal all the way down. Oh no, we finally got a little bit of dirt. Looks like it might peter out towards the bottom. That's a pretty deep coal vein right there. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, you got to get to level 27 to unlock this thing. So there you have it. Doing a little drilling. That'll be it for this video, folks. Thanks as always for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Let me in. fuel.